So hello and welcome. This is the Bottleneck Tech here. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install MySQL server in your system. So without wasting any further time, let's jump into the video. So in this video we are going to download the Oracle's MySQL. So for downloading the file, we'll just have to open our browser. So you can open your favorite browser and then you'll just have to search MySQL and then press enter. As soon as you search MySQL on the web browser, you will see this kind of link here, which is called www.mysql.com. So we'll just have to open up this link. Just after you click on that link, you will be redirected to this kind of page. You can see these options right in the top. So we just have to click on these downloads. As you click on the downloads, you will be landed to this kind of page. You will just have to scroll down a little. Then you can see here it is written MySQL Community GPL Downloads. Just click on that. Just after you click on that GPL link, you will be landed to this kind of page which has these links provided here. So we are interested in downloading MySQL Community Server. So we'll just click on this. After you click on that link, you will be shown this kind of interface. You can select your which type of operating system you are using. So I'm using Microsoft Windows, so I'll select this one. So you can see here other downloads, which is download Windows x86 64-bit zip archive, Windows x86 zip archive, debug binaries and test suite. We are not interested in downloading these. So you can see at the bottom of this image, you can see this go to download page button. You'll just have to click on this one. Just after you click on that button, you will be shown these download links here. First one is Windows x86 32-bit MSI installer, and second one is Windows x86 32-bit MSI installer. If you download this 2.4 MB file after installing, or maybe in the process, it will download the external files, which will almost be the same size. So we will install the same using this download button link. So we'll just have to click on this download button. As soon as you click on that download button, you will be landed to this kind of page. So it says login and sign up, and we don't want to log in and sign up. So we have one more option, which is no thanks, just start my download. So we'll just click on this link here. As soon as you click on that no thanks, just start my download link, you will be having a pop-up like this, which says MySQL installer community, this one. So you can save it anywhere. Just click on save. As soon as you click on save, your download will be started. So to save the time, I have already downloaded that MSI file in my system. So I'll just minimize my windows, and you can see this icon will be shown wherever you have downloaded your this MSI file. So we'll double click on this. So now you can see this Microsoft installer is preparing your system to install MySQL. So just wait. Then you'll just have to click on yes. It will once again ask you for the permission to install MySQL installer. So we'll just have to click on yes. So now you can see MySQL installer is opening. So this is the MySQL installer wizard, you can see. So these are all the setup type. You can choose any one of them. So it's the first one which is already selected, says in developer default. which will install all products needed for MySQL development purposes. Second one is server only. Third one is client only. If you select one of these, at the right side, you will see the amount of files and tools which will be installed if you select any one of the other download types. So I'm just interested in the developer default. So I'll just click on this and click on next. So at this step, you will just have to click on next. So this pop-up might be shown in front of you, which says one or more product requirements have not been satisfied. Those products will with missing requirements will not be installed or upgraded. Do you want to continue? So in some of the cases, you do not have installed Visual Studio in your system. So this will give you this kind of pop-up. So we can simply ignore this and click on yes. After this, you will be having this kind of installation window which says these all the products are ready to install. So we'll just click on execute to install all the products one by one. So I'll just click on execute. So as you can see, the installation process has started. You can see the status, you can see the progress. So we'll come back when all these products will be installed one by one. So we can wait. So for installing these all files, your system might take a few minutes. So be patient. It won't take long, but it must take 5 to 7 minutes. So be patient for that time. So as you can see, all of my files have been installed successfully. So you can see the green mark at the left corner of each and every file. So we'll just click on next for the next step. So this will take you to the page which says product configuration. So these three products will be configured in the coming steps. So we'll just click on next. So this says type and networking. So the configuration type is development computer. You can select any one of them according to your need. So I am using this computer for my development. So I'll just select this one, which was already selected as default. So as you can see, the next thing written here is connectivity. So in connectivity, you can see the TCP IP, the port number is 3306, the X protocol is 33060, and the other things. So this is the default port for MySQL installation. So I'll leave it as default and we'll click on this next button. So this is the page which says authentication method. We'll just leave it for the default options and we'll click on next. So this is the important part where you have to give the password for your root account. So I'll just give it a password and we'll repeat the password. Right. You can choose a stronger password than this one. It says medium. So in the next step, this is MySQL user accounts. So we'll just have to one user. For that, we'll just click on this add user and it will ask you for the username. So I'll keep this as bottleneck and the role of this user will be DB admin. You can choose any one of these options you can select. I'm just choosing the DB admin and the host. So as you click on this drop down, you can see the local host and the all hosts. So I'm leaving the default one. The authentication is MySQL and you will have to give a password for this user account too. So you can choose the same password or you can choose a different password. So I'm giving it a password and the same thing goes here. I think I have typed the wrong password. Right, then I'll just click on OK. As you can see, the new user has been created. The role of the user is DB admin and I'll just click on next. Leave these options as default and just click on next. So at this step, it is apply configuration. So it will configure, like first one is writing configuration file and second one is updating Windows firewall rules and it goes on. Like last option is updating the start menu link. So we'll have to configure this. So we'll just click on execute. You can see the green marks at the left corners of every configuration settings. So let it finish. So as you can see, the configuration step has completed. So we just have to click on finish, and first one is done. MySQL server, this version has been completed, and the next two is left. So we'll just quickly click on next and just finish. This asks you for a external bootstrap router. So we'll just leave everything as default one and just click on finish. And the third one is samples and examples. So you're ready to configure, and we'll just click on next. At this, you have to click on this and then give a password, which was your root password. So you have to remember your root passwords as well as your user passwords. So you will have to enter your root password here. So I'm entering my root password and just click on check. So as you can see, the as soon as you type here the password, it will be checked with a green tick and it says connection succeeded. Then after this step, you will just have to click on this next button, and these options will now execute. So I'll just click on execute. One thing I'll tell you, you have to remember both the passwords. One was for the root and other one for your user. So you have to remember those both the passwords for your future usage. So for now we are finished with the installation. We'll just click on finish and then next and then finish. After you click on finish, you'll be having this MySQL shell here, and this will be opened, which is MySQL Workbench. So if in your case these two dialog boxes is not opening, you can always go to this Windows search option and search for MySQL. So I'll just you can see here MySQL file. Just click on this drop down and you can see these applications inside this folder. So this is the shell and this is the workbench, right? So if in your case it doesn't open, you can always go to this Windows search and open from here. So in this, we don't have to do anything. We can just close this up, and this is the workbench. So for now, we have to connect to our MySQL server. So for that, we can go to our MySQL this folder, and you have to search for this, which is command line client's command line. You will just have to click on this and it will ask for your password. So I'm entering my password and then press enter. So now I am connected with my database, so I can check by typing some commands here. So I can write here show databases and then semicolon and this, then I'll just press enter. So these are the default databases which are already created in your MySQL server. So I can open any one of these. So I'd like to open my sysname database. Then I will just have to write use sys, then semicolon and enter. So this will say that database changed. So we can now give this a command which is show tables and then semicolon, let's press enter. These are the tables which are already there in the table sys. If we want to open another database, we can type here the command use world, which was our name for the another database. As you can see the world name database here. So I'm going to open that up also. I'll just press enter. It will say database changed. I'll just write here show tables and then semicolon, then enter. So these are all the rows inside this table: city, country, and country language. So this is it. And inside this you can also use this command line client, and you can also use this MySQL workbench. So for using workbench, I'll do the configuration, which you can also do, which is also easy to use. I will just click on this database and this connect to database. This will give you this pop-up like this. So we'll click on this drop down, and I have only this local instance of MySQL 8.0, which MySQL 80. So for this, the username is root, and I have to enter the password. So just click on this store in vault option and just give it the password. So after entering the password, just click on OK. Just click on OK. Now it will open you the workbench. So just drag it to the right hand side so that I have more space for my this workspace. So these are all the administration things: the management, the server status, the client connections, user and privileges. These are all the options. And at the schemas part, if you click on this schemas, you can see these databases which are already there in the server. So you can click the world and then click on the tables. Table has this city, country, and country language, as you have seen here. I have opened the same database here, which was world. As you can see, inside this world database, we have a table called tables, which was tables. And inside that table, we have three rows. We had three rows, which was first one was city, second one was country, and third one was country language. So you can use any one of these, which are command line client or the workbench. So we have successfully installed our MySQL in our system. So that was it for the video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any queries or you are facing any issues installing this software, you can always comment down in the comment section. So please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends if they want to install the software. Till then, goodbye, take care, and I'll meet you in the next one.